does convenience store delivery of $30 ticket make sense when the delivery cost is 50% of the order? And are people not going to walk downstairs and just buy it themselves when they get home?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. That is going to be the test of time is for these guys, is that the percentage that they're spending on the basket on the delivery cost. And in certain markets, you're going to have higher spend and higher cost, right? And then in certain other markets, I think in Turkey, the labor is much cheaper. So, the delivery cost as a percentage of the AOV, the average order basket, is it's lower. So, so that's kind of it's all about the ratio there. And so what the opportunity that these guys are seeing is that this could eat, the small to middle tier convenience stores and retailers in the U.S. So obviously that's a $1.1 trillion TAM in the U.S. I don't have the figures for global, but that's kind of what they're looking at, and they think it's a more sustainable model because you're basically inventorying a store based on what people are ordering the most frequently.
Right, you're skimming the cream, so you don't have to have as many SKUs. Instead of, a grocery store has 30, 40, 50,000 SKUs, you're talking about what at these stores, like 5,000 or something?
It can range from, so Getir does like 1,500, GoPuff is like up to 5,000. Some of the BevMos it's acquired, we can talk about that. But
BevMo got acquired. That's incredible. That was a very popular company with its own built-in delivery service. That I use BevMo here in the Bay Area, and you can put your order in on their site. It has a certain window. Is it as good as like using Instacart, Good Eggs, Uber Eats, or Postmates? No, it's janky, but I used it on the website and it was okay. It wasn't terrible. It was kind of like a 1.0 if, Uber and Instacart are 3.0 in terms of delivery service. It was like a 1.0 delivery service, but you pick a window and it came. They were using outsourced drivers at BevMo when I used it here over the summer in the last couple of months, but I had an okay experience. It seems to me convenience stores might be not a great business. It's okay. Maybe they have a low margin, but alcohol is high margin. So is the play here that you have an okay business that creates a floor and then you make your profit on alcohol like restaurants do?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's why I would put GoPuff as one of the winners in the space. And I think there's going to be different winners for each part of the market. And you might have to segment that by East Coast, West Coast, Biggie, Tupac. Yes, I do think that the gross margins of a GoPuff are much higher because they've actually gone through the difficult work of acquiring offline retailers, and they'll go acquire it for like halftime sales and then go raise at a 13x multiple off of that total revenue base between GoPuff and BevMo, and that's what you kind of saw.
Here's a question from our live audience from LinkedIn's live stream. Thank you, LinkedIn, for including us in the live streaming beta. Works really well, by the way. Bram Berg asks, what unique real estate conversions, or repurpose plays are you seeing in the last mile industry retail space, especially in the commissary/cloud kitchen space? So what's happening there in terms of real estate plays? Because those are real estate businesses more than delivery businesses, correct?
You're talking about cloud kitchens?
She's asking about cloud kitchens, commissaries, specifically.
Yeah, I mean, I think the number one player here is Travis Kalanick's Cloud Kitchens, which is, basically buying distressed real estate and converting it into, basically this last mile infrastructure that is quietly powering lots of delivery transactions, mostly delivery, although they have like a facade in front, just so it's not blight in a neighborhood and it's not looked at as some tech company's
abandoned
warehouse
building or whatever. Yeah, they look good. There was one across the street from my office in the city in San Francisco that looked great, and there's some decent technology going on there. I would order from Starbird and Belcampo, two really great brands. And when I would order from those brands, which just have incredibly high quality chicken and beef for Starbird and Belcampo respectively, I would go there to pick up. And it was incredibly sophisticated where they had all the drivers coming in. The drivers could see, on panels where their stuff was. The food was in lockers. And man, they were cranking over there. And if you pick up your stuff on Uber Eats, it was $0. So I was like, I need to get fresh air. I want to go for a walk. So I'd walk across the street and pick up my chicken and come back. and I'd save $7 or $8 on the delivery cost. And it was the reason I did it was faster. Like, I don't want somebody to drive around the corner with my stuff. It would take twice as long. But they seem to have some pretty great technology going at Cloud Kitchens. Yeah.
They basically had to build it all themselves from the ground. So if you look at Cloud Kitchens is really just an umbrella. It's just one business in an umbrella of a lot of other companies. There's a company that owns the real estate. There's a company that owns the tablet that pipes into all the third-party marketplaces. There's a company that owns these virtual brands with funny titles that sound like BuzzFeed articles. There's another company that is Cloud Kitchens. And so it all kind of accrues back to the real estate, and they're able to generate, abnormal returns on the real estate because they buy them cheap, and they're able to charge very high rents per square foot that are abnormal.
If you're a chef and you're looking to open a business, in a city, what does that cost compared to opening a delivery business for every one restaurant and storefront you would open as a restaurateur, how many Cloud Kitchens could you open in how many cities? 5 to 1, 10 to 1. I don't know. I'm taking a guess.
Yeah, you could. So you need to spend about $50,000 to $100,000 in upfront capex just on the kitchen equipment, and then you're going to spend about. The lease is about, maybe I'm a little rusty on these numbers, but maybe some in the range of around $6,000. Plus they take, something around 5% of your sales. So all in, you're looking at, 80, 90K. And if it costs you so it costs you $1 million to open up a store. Yeah. So it's about
5 or 10% probably. Yeah. 5 Cloud Kitchens for every physical restaurant, but you can amortize the cost of that kitchen equipment. Yeah. And so you think about it, like if you are a restaurateur and you've got some amazing brand, man, and you could always open 3 brands. I mean, that's the other thing that's amazing about this. I heard you talking on another podcast about the early days of Uber Eats. And I guess Jason, who was running it at the time, said they knew that, from the data, hey, there's no ramen. People keep searching for ramen. There's no ramen store, or we're under ramenized. And they just said, hey, to 3 or 4 other kitchens or Cloud Kitchens, you might want to think about ramen, and you may hit a winner there. So I think that's pretty extraordinary, no?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of where this is all going. I think the tech companies own the demand, right? DoorDash, Uber, Instacart, they have so much great data. Now they go back to their retailers and say, hey, we know that there's this demand at this hour of the day for this particular item, whether it's, a late night burger or pizza, whatever it is. And they figure out if you have the right ingredients, you could go and, satisfy this demand on our marketplace. And and it kind of works for the restaurant because it's incremental. It works for the marketplace because they get increase in, GMV. And, and the customer gets to have some product at the last mile delivered in, 15, 30 minutes that they wanted that wasn't there before.
When you are trying to grow a startup fast, hiring engineers will slow you down like nothing else. Don't I know it? So many companies I invest in are telling me they can't get their next version out because they don't have a great engineer. Well, Lemon.io will find you a perfect candidate in just 48 hours. It's a marketplace of engineers from Europe, and they test and interview every developer to eliminate the risk of a failed project. Lemon.io is the perfect solution if you are a technical co-founder and you need to delegate some of your important tasks, or you have a project that needs specific technology and you don't have that skill on your team yet, or you are just growing so fast that you need to add more developers and get more done faster. They'll match you with a candidate within 48 hours, and if it doesn't work out, they'll replace the developer right away. So here is your CTA, the old call to action. If you could use a full-time or even part-time developer to run your projects faster, go to lemon.io/twist. Once again, lemon, LEMON.io/twist, and you'll receive a 15% discount for the first 4 weeks of work with that amazing developer. Well done, Lemon. Okay, check it out, everybody. Lemon.io/twist.